Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Broncos going up against the 49ers. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Welcome in, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So you've got 1 week of preseason games in the books. Now you start to really assess some of the vets and, of course, some of the young players.
You're exactly right, because now there's a week's worth of film out there for everyone to watch. And for guys who may or may not make these particular teams, that film will be out there around the league, so maybe they can catch on somewhere else if they have to. But this would be a lot of fun to see how much time the veterans play versus how much time the young guys get.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. The fourth-year man out of Eastern Illinois, Jimmy Garoppolo, leading them out onto the field.
He was forced into action as a rookie, had to make 2 starts in replacement of Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo. Ended up winning his first one before losing his second one. He's someone that you have to think that the Patriots are going to keep a keen eye on.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. For just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback from Houston, and that's Case Keenum.
Incredible numbers at the University of Houston. In fact, they retired his jersey in 2016. Hasn't put up the same kind of numbers in the NFL. A lot of it hasn't had consistent starting opportunities. But if you've got a guy that you want on your ball club that understands your offense through and through, Case Keenum will be that guy.
First carry for Devontae Booker. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on second down is Keenum. And he's got some space here. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's a Akello Witherspoon, the rookie from Colorado. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Jimmy Garoppolo, the starter here, finally lured away from the Patriots. What are some things you like about JG?
Well, I love his makeup, meaning obviously he has a physical ability. He can throw the football, but he's mentally tough as well. And he developed while he...
And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jerick McKinnon taking it in from the 20. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On first, again, they go with Bunker. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. A shotgun snap for Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. Emmanuel Sanders. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, 57 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jarek McKinnon with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 6 there on first. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A second down carry for Booker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Running again, and again it's Booker. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Big boys down there in the trenches and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. McKinnon. And he'll couple up to the 22. Third down and 8 now. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact. Able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. And bulldozing his way through. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Keenum on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Shotgun snap for Keenum. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Marquette King now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Yet again, Pierre Garçon and company gearing up to take the field. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, so far, just the single catch.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
And a sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. There's the first catch as a 49er for Marquise Goodwin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post, and most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Todd Davis coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
18 yards there and a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter is starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do that?
And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Yeah, holding on to the football is a big problem for the 49ers last year. Shouldn't surprise any of us, right? When you're 2-14, you probably will lead the league in fumbles as they did. How about that, 15 last year?
15 of them, yep, and a 2-14 record, kind of indicative. The drive starts with Devontae Booker, and he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
On second down, here's Keenum. Drops it underneath for Booker. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a third down. Third and 2, Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On first and 10, Keenum. Over the middle, complete. It's Sanders. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing now is Keenum. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a second down. second down. Here's Garoppolo. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Second down following the incompletion. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. His throw caught right around the 6. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo again. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Toss. It's McKinnon. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Jerick McKinnon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Gold now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Devontae Booker getting ready to head back out there now with his offensive unit. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Right back to Booker. And he stopped immediately there. So we've hit halftime. Yeah, I'm with you. Who wants highlights from the second week of preseason? Let's get back to the action as we're ready to start the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here, as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The first throw for the backup Lynch. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there at 22.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. And that is incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt. And it's 2nd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch. But underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get. Because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
They'll run with Henderson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Lynch. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Cassius Marsh with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On is the punter, King, to send it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now a handoff looking right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, after those plays, the offense coordinator has feel like he has balance in his favor. Threw it, then ran it, both for nice chunks of yardage. Now he feels like he's got things going in his direction, but the defensive coordinator, his guys are off balance a little bit. How does he set up, and what does he plan for in the next play? Is there a tendency there he can lock in on and maybe set his defensive call?
A gain of 6 there on 1st. On play action, they'll throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
2nd down following the run. From the shotgun, it's Lynch. That's to his rookie tight end, Jake Butt. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Lynch to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Final minute now of the third quarter. Throwing here, Lynch on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30, 10, 5. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Here we go now.
Bethard. He's got his target, Aaron Burbridge. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Brandon Marshall in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. 2nd and 10, it's Lynch again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Blue landed! Blue landed!
From the gun, it's Lynch. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now a play fake here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Lynch to throw again. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Earl Mitchell breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Earl Mitchell in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Lynch to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Now they try the right side here. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that.